This week we're going to highlight weather conditions in Brazil, where they're harvesting beans in the north, but the south is still in the vegetative to pod set and pod fill stage. We're also going to take an updated look at export business from the U.S. here and wrap things up with a review of long-term trends in November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We've moved in the middle of January here, and the focus of the market past the USDA reports is on South America. Let's take a look at soybean production estimates from South America. The USDA last week did lower its estimate of Brazil from 160 to 157, but it also increased its production estimate for Argentina by 2 million tons from 48 to 50. So actually that Brazil number went up down from 161 to 157, but this is the message that we've highlighted the last several weeks and will continue to emphasize. That Argentina crop production estimate of 50 million tons is double what it was last year, or that would be 919 million bushels. And notice our consultant, Soybean and Corn Advisor Incorporated, is at 52 million tons, so it could be approaching 1 billion bushels larger in Argentina. Let's turn our attention now to Brazil, where harvest is taking place in the north, and we're looking at still pod setting and pod filling in the south. Now here in Brazil, we're looking at a number of key states, north to south. There are harvesting beans in that far northern state of Mato Grosso, looking at Goiás, Bahia, Minas Gerais, Paraná, Rio Grande do Sul, Mato Grosso do Sul. Those beans are in various stages of development, with the beans least advanced in maturity down in the south in Rio Grande do Sul. Let's take a look at the weather trends for Brazil. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm Weather. We're starting out here looking at a past 30 days of precip, more of a proxy for subsoil moisture, if you will. Notice across the north it's been spotty, but a little bit drier than normal. Now, as we move into harvest, that will be actually beneficial in Mato Grosso. But as we move further south, those beans are still determining yields, and it's a bit dry in that area. Now let's turn our attention to the next 5 days. Next 5 days across that far south, recall a moment ago, I mentioned that those are the areas that are furthest behind in terms of maturity. That would benefit from moisture down in Rio Grande do Sul, Santa Catarina, as well as Paraná. So those are the areas that would benefit from moisture, and drier in the north where harvest will continue. Now let's look ahead to next week here. We're looking at that last week of January here. We're looking at more moisture in the north. Again, some of that may disrupt the harvest a bit, but again, a little drier in the south. Not excessive amounts at this time, but something to monitor going forward. Let's wrap things up now. Look at the next 14 days. Look at the next 14 days, mostly normal across the north, which should facilitate decent harvest progress, and a little bit wetter in the south. Again, we're looking at some of those areas would benefit from increased rainfall. Let's turn our attention now to export business from the U.S. Now we're looking here at some trends that are very important. We're down from last year, and we're going to highlight here China is well below last year. In fact, China's buying activity has slowed recently. Unshipped sales are down 22% from last year and 5% below the 3-year average. Now this is important. The trade will be watching closely the progress of the Brazilian harvest, because those Brazil beans, as you get into February and especially March and April, will displace U.S. beans, particularly into China. Let's wrap things up this week looking at long-term trends in November futures. Now November futures, as we tape here on Tuesday, are trading near $11.90 a bushel. You notice there's been years where the prices increased from here to the end of February, the crop insurance pricing period. We've also seen years, though, where that price has declined from mid-January through the end of February, most notably back in 2020. So the key message, continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage market movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants. We'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.